Welcome to the FPL Rivals World Cup special, episode 2 of our World Cup special. Last week, we were joined by Greg, and that was a very popular episode. It's one of our most popular episodes so far, which is great news. But this week, we're going to talk about England's game against Ghana. Probably not too much to talk about there, but we'll see how we get on with that. We're going to talk about the Golden Boot race, as there seems to be all the big stars are now in the goals. We'll also then talk about some of the surprise teams who have qualified or could potentially qualify for the knockouts. And then we'll have a quick look at the prediction league. But Ben, you're back. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to take a back seat, actually. It's a nice change of pace to have you introduce the episode and I just sit and chill here like a nice guest. So yeah, that's nice. Thank you very much. I'm doing good, man. I'm enjoying the World Cup. Obviously it's a bit different for me in America, experiencing it in America. So we can talk about that.
Are you enjoying your 4 quarters of football in America?
I was literally going to bring that up as a talking point, because if you think back to the Qatar World Cup in 2022, there's always something that changed. Like, football always changes after a World Cup. So in Qatar, we had do you remember? It was mad. We used to get 12 extra minutes of extra time,
right, yeah.
And then that started getting introduced into games in domestic leagues. So we had 7 or 8 minutes of extra time. Previously, before that, it was mad if you had 5 extra minutes, wasn't it? So it's a bit of I feel like that had an impact, and I think that, or at least from my perspective and the way football is covered over here, is that we are going to push towards 4 quarters rather than 2 halves. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if you get it with the BBC and ITV, but here, they've moved from calling it hydration break to a match break. We have
not. We still call it a hydration break here, mate.
Yeah, mate, it's unreal. It's unreal the way Americans or American media inserts adverts into any sport.
We're not getting the adverts though, right? So we just have a hydration break, and then ITV will go back to the studio and talk to the panel. Or the BBC will do the same. But what they like to do is they like to actually do subtle hints that it's completely unnecessary. When I say subtle, Danny Murphy was like, "This is stupid. Why are we having a hydration break? It's 18 degrees."
Yeah.
I'm cold, sat here in a jumper.
Total overkill, man. Total overkill. And it's funny. I was reading about it in the press here, and so all of the World Cup games are on one network here, Fox Sports, and they are earning anywhere from up to 200 million per hydration break, because what they do is they just plaster ads in that hydration break, to the point where in the opening game, they ran 5 ads, and by the time they came back to the game had already restarted, and it was really jarring.
It's only 3 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only 3 minutes. But I was like, we're on our 6th ad here. What is going on? So yeah, they've stopped calling it hydration breaks here. They've called it a match break, and then they're making a shit ton of money on ads in between that. So yeah, I do wonder if moving forward, especially with all the American owners in Premier League football at the moment, we will move towards quarters instead of halves.
It would go mental in England if we started having hydration breaks. There'd be riots. Because it's booing now in every game when it comes on. So every time there's one, there's booing. Just
well, that's good then.
Just quickly, we will be joined by Siege. He is coming to join us, so it's not just me and you, Ben. Siege will join us at some point. So if he abruptly interrupts us while we're talking, that's fine. But yeah, on the hydration break, interesting enough, last night it was a strange one in that England game, right? Because we had that head injury, and you thought, now would be a really smart time to take the hydration break while we wait. And then the game kicked off, and 2 minutes later there was this hydration break.
Yeah, because the ref is too scared to call it, because he'll get in trouble with all his bosses. It's mad, isn't it? Common sense does not prevail. It's just crazy. It basically, the ads, it was so jarring watching a half of football that was then cut in half by ads, that I actually went and, I should have done this years ago, but I actually went and got a really good VPN, and now I'm watching all the matches through through BBC and ITV because
Nice.
watching it on Fox because it's like watching American football. Little bit of football, loads of commercial. Little bit of football, loads of commercial. It's crazy. It's really different. But I will say it's probably compared to you, I'm catching more games, although the last few days haven't been great because of like work and everything like that. But like where I live, they kick off at 1 p.m., 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Whereas you're what, like 5, 12 and 4
Well,
or
it's
something,
like
aren't you?
it's sometimes we don't even get
Mm,
so it. It's been quite sporadic. Sometimes it's been
mm,
6, sometimes it's been
mm,
6 and 8, or it's just like tonight where it's 8 and then 11, and
mm,
then like so 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and then like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. So it's like
mm,
we'll miss. It's more likely that we'll miss 2 games through the night or 3, depending what game's on. Like when
mm.
the French game was on the other day, and they had the rain
That
delay
got
for two
delayed, didn't it?
hours.
Yeah,
I went to
yeah,
bed. I was like, I'm
yeah,
not waiting
yeah,
2 hours for this to
yeah,
restart. It'd be like
yeah,
2 in the
yeah,
morning. I'm not
yeah,
watching that.
yeah.
So I just went to bed. I
Exactly.
was like, France, they probably won anyway. Uh, but
My
yeah,
least favorite slot, like the 7 p.m. one here, because that's when I'm putting the kids to bed, and I'm just like, go to sleep. I want to go watch the game. But yeah, I'm
so the
catching
England
most of the
game's
game.
on at your lunchtime then, right? So they'll be
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. It was
That's
yesterday. Yeah, it
interesting.
was like 2 p.m. I think. Yeah, it was 2
So
p.m. yesterday.
from
It
our
started.
perspective, it seems like the actual Americans are quite getting into it. That they quite
Yeah.
like it.
Yes.
That's the feeling we're
Absolutely.
getting,
Yeah.
even though their
I've got.
chants are shit.
Yes. USA, USA, we will win, we will win.
Yeah, it's like I
Meanwhile,
like
the
it. I love
yeah.
it.
Meanwhile, the Scots are. Is it the Scots or someone chanting about like pedo chants and stuff like that for Trump?
Well, mate, I'd read a really good one, so I shared it on my Instagram. Any of you that follow me, but there was an England chant that they did about Donald Trump,
Yeah.
and it went, "He's
Remind me
fat.
how it goes.
He's got
Yeah.
piles. He's in the Epstein files. He's a cunt. He's a cunt." Excuse my language
See,
on this episode, but that's how it went.
I don't think you can rival English gallow humor. Like that is the one thing. Like I will say that yeah, everyone's really into it here, much more than I thought they would be. I've got some family, like my sister-in-law lives in Boston, I want to say, and that's where a couple
It's
of
good
games have
there
been
in the
hosted.
atmosphere. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
exactly. They
teams.
had Scotland and then they had England yesterday. So yeah, really amazing atmosphere and stuff like that. And actually, watching, I don't know if you've caught much of the US team, but Pochettino's done a really good job there because they look really good. They're easy on the eye, very
I
nice
mean,
to
who have they
watch.
played, mate? Let's settle.
Yeah, settle
They
down,
played
settle
they
down.
played a very average Paraguay team and a very average
Mm.
Australia team. Like,
Well, we played a very average Croatia team and a very average Ghana team. So
yeah, but
I don't know. I just find America easier to
you don't want to
watch. And
peak too early, mate. There's 5 knockout games. Let's point that out, right?
that's true.
Essentially,
That's
if you're going
true.
to make the final, you've got to play knockout 5 games. So it's a
Yeah.
long blooming tournament. And to be honest, I think the group stages, our feeling here is everyone's kind of into it here, but
Mm,
obviously the games run late. But then it's
mm.
that feeling that actually it will properly kick off here when the knockouts start, I think.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
because a lot of it now, like some of these big teams, some of the teams they're playing are just irrelevant. Like,
Mm.
and no
And also,
offense to those teams, but and some of them have put
yeah.
up a good fight. Like we talked about Cabo Verde last week.
Mm.
Um, but then some of them like Qatar and like, how are these
Yeah.
teams out of the World Cup, man?
Yeah.
So,
And
they're
also, like with the
dreadful.
new format, like you're basically guaranteed to qualify, aren't you, with 4 points? So it's going to make the final group game for a lot of teams like largely irrelevant. So a lot of like players will be rested and stuff like that. So I feel that with the opening games, there was a lot of excitement. It's dropped off a little bit since then, and then I think knockouts it will spike again, won't it?
Yeah, we expect so. Talking of talking of games,
Mm.
um, obviously I know you live in America, but you are English, so we have to talk
Hmm.
about England.
Yeah,
Um,
let's do it. Not that there's much to talk about, but yeah,
not
let's
too
cover
much
it.
to talk about, but I think before I ask some of the questions of how you felt it went, I just want the reaction
Rant.
here today. No, it's not really a
Yeah.
rant. I think it's more of just like telling everyone to calm the fuck down, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, a lot of the noise today, some even like the Talk Sport radio hosts have been like, Tuchel got it all wrong, like the whole thing
Mm.
was bad. And I think that's really unfair on Ghana, if I'm totally honest. I want to call out
Mm.
Ghana here. I thought they played really well. Um,
Mm.
not they didn't really want to win the game. I think that was pretty evident. Especially the way they set up from literally minute one, where they had nine defenders or 10 defenders,
Mhm.
pretty much. Um, I think we didn't underestimate them, but I think we didn't realize how deep they would play. Like, and they were not interested in doing any type of press really at all. And like England were waiting, and Tuchel's kind of set us up to beat the bigger teams. I feel like I could be wrong, right? We could rock up in the
Mm.
knockout stages and
Mm.
lose, and then I'll eat my words. But the
Mm.
way that you kind of saw it last week is Croatia is he wants teams to come at us so we can like break through them,
Yeah.
like break their
Yeah.
press and go through them, right? And last night was a bit tough. And I'm not saying we
Mm.
probably should have won the games given some of the chances that we had, like Harry Kane probably should have scored. Um,
Mm.
Nico O'Reilly was unlucky. I think he did
Mm.
maybe get the selection wrong starting Jed Spence. I think it narrowed it a bit on the left. I think Gordon would have benefited probably more having Nico O'Reilly there. But I don't
If
think we
only
need
there
to
was a
complain.
left-footed defender who was familiar playing with Gordon
Yeah, I don't
that
know
could
any
make
of those.
overlapping
Yeah, who are
runs.
they?
Hmm.
Yeah, who are
Hmm.
they?
Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall.
Strange.
Hmm. Yeah. So
But
weird.
but I just want to just call out some of the things the pundits have said, and I do kind of
Yeah.
agree with it. And I saw there was one video with Thierry Henry and Ibrahimovic, and they said, look, I think you got to be pragmatic here, right? Ghana knew all they needed was a point to qualify.
Yeah.
And they thought they had right. If we set up and get that point now, we can relax a bit against Croatia and probably take the game to Croatia, right? So it would have been different if Ghana had drawn to Panama and they needed to win this game. So
Yeah.
it would have been slightly different. And if they were a bit like, it was actually quite a good game. England tried what they could, but Ghana
Mm.
actually defended brilliantly. And I do think they did defend them brilliantly. Every time an England player was on the ball in the box, there were about four
Mm.
of them round him. Like you couldn't get around them. And then we did try and get it wide and play it in the box sometimes. And it
Mm.
was our set pieces weren't great last night. I thought Declan
No.
Rice's delivery, apart from one or two corners, was quite poor. And that doesn't really help. So there's things to work on. And I think I don't think it's like a reality check. I think it's more of just a
No.
lessons learned game to go, okay, right, if teams set up about this, now how do we go about it? So it's kind of like
Mm.
getting the management team to think a bit. But I did
Mm.
like Tuchel in the game because I did notice that he was trying to change things. He was trying to get players to maybe stick out
Yeah.
wider, switch them over different sides. He did try things to get going. It just didn't quite work. And I think Gary Neville also, he said he'd get some stick for this, but he also said, I enjoyed the game. Do you know why? I'm going to get heavily criticised for saying this, but part of me thinks that was a better performance than the game against Croatia. It'll be interesting to see how that game gets received at home. Now, obviously, as I said, it received at home, it wasn't received greatly, and it'd be good to get your view on it. But my view on it is so what? 0-0, we're through, we're in the knockout stages. What are England here at the World Cup to do?
Mm.
Beat the better teams in the later stages of this tournament. And I think
Mhm.
we have got a setup for that. Maybe we're lacking one or two Cole Palmer potentially, but he wasn't in great form, and I can't blame him for not picking him.
Mm.
And you don't pick players who potentially aren't in form. But what's your view on the game last night and England overall so far?
A few things. Like, first and foremost, I think it's fairly typical for England to labour through a performance like that. Like, I wasn't surprised watching England like
I
that.
bet 0-0
We
I
always,
bet 1-1 on that prediction league. So
yeah,
I knew
you
deep
did,
down that it was going to be a
yeah.
draw. So yeah.
It's always like, I mean, like, you think about like our previous performances, like we never really got going in the Euros last time. I know we made it to the final, but you can only really say like the Holland game was that entertaining, I suppose. Like some other games we do muddle through them. We labour. Like I'm used to watching England struggle to break down teams. I think it's par for the course. So I think it is a massive overreaction to
And
have
is
a
it
negative.
is beating Ghana now give us a better chance on winning the World Cup?
No,
Probably
no,
not, right? It's
exactly.
kind of irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of my view on it. Is and again, the game against Panama, bit of a dead rubber. Great
Mm,
opportunity to give some of those players a
mm.
bit of a rest. People like Declan Rice, maybe like Reece James, who probably aren't going to be used because England potentially, if we win the group, we're going to be playing again on Wednesday. So that's only 4 days between games. It's not a lot. So it might be a good opportunity, but we'll see.
I sort of agree with Lineker there, like, because I wasn't very impressed
That
with
was
England's
Neville, sorry, not Lineker.
Neville, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I was not very impressed with England's defending in the first half against Croatia. I thought we looked far too open. Thought John Stones was a really interesting choice. I guess Gahey was carrying a knock, but that back line of, Stones and Konza was getting constantly, pulled around the place. So we did look a lot better defensively yesterday. Not that we were attacked so much. The other thing is, I think we were slightly lucky with the penalty shout. Do you not think
Yeah,
that was a
last night,
stone
yeah.
cold penalty with Konza launching into the air and didn't
Yeah, I
make
don't know
any
how he
contact with the
I
ball?
know, I don't really he was quite lucky, to be fair. I think he
Yeah,
was uh,
that could have easily been a
it
penalty,
could
and
have
I think,
easily been a penalty, right?
yeah,
But, you know
we'd be screaming for one if that was against us.
yeah, true,
CJ's
true.
joined us just in time. Siege, we're discussing the England game or lack thereof. Action. What did you think of it?
I've just said, Siege, before
Yeah.
you joined us, I just said there's been a huge overreaction in England about the performance, and
Yeah.
like we just need to settle a little bit and say, look, it wasn't dreadful, you know. And as I said, Ghana didn't want to go out and win the game, so Ben's given us his view. What's your view since you've joined us? And welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Hello, boys. Sorry, just a bit late. Just playing a few holes after work there of golf. But I was actually listening to Gary Lineker's podcast, and Patrick Vieira was there, and he was saying exactly what you boys were saying, that realistically, it's not a bad result at all for England because, like, we're through now. It was always going to be tricky. To be fair, I think Carlos Queiroz, the game plan was exceptional, like 2 banks of 5. And to
Mm,
be fair, they are, like I've said that about the African teams, they are fit, they are athletic. Like, it was
mm,
crazy. They were doubling up, tripling up, 4 players even sometimes, especially I think when Madueke, there was a lot about
mm,
Madueke and Gordon. You've probably talked about them. I thought they were both quite poor, but Madueke cutting in, as soon as he cut in onto his left, there was 3 Ghana lads around him. And I was actually, they're not the best footballing team, but they can do that, I think. They're not going to go very far in the tournament. It's funny because I don't think Semenyo touched it for the first half.
I think he
Realistically,
had
did he?
two touches in the first 25 minutes.
yeah,
I
Well,
think
that
he
was
had.
it.
it's scary. So, like, they're never going to go anywhere if you can't use your best player. But I just thought, unfortunately, we just lacked a little bit of quality in the final third, and that's
Yeah, and
when
our set pieces were poor. I said that
set
about.
pieces were poor. Yeah, and it was really interesting. Like, we didn't have a left-footed player on the pitch, which was crazy. Like, which was actual madness. I cannot believe, if he's not going to start O'Reilly every game, why he's not got Lewis
Yeah,
Hall.
no,
That
I
is
said that at the
absolute
beginning. I did
madness.
say I think Tuchel maybe got one thing wrong in the selection. I didn't mind the Gurley thing, and I understood his reasoning, but maybe
Yeah.
that one thing and I think he realised that. To be fair to him, I think he was having a right old go at Jed Spence throughout the second half. He was
Yeah.
shouting at Jed, and him and Gordon were getting a lot of stick from Tuchel in that second half. And I think Tuchel probably realised, actually, I've made a bit of a mistake here. I went with Jed Spence, and actually, I probably should have gone with O'Reilly. He did offer us a bit more when he came on.
It
And I
is
think
as
that's what
well.
that
It
is.
definitely, and it's. I don't know what if you boys spoke about Reece James, but I do fear for Reece James. I just thought he was managing himself in that game. Like, I know if he's going to play 8 games, I'm sure in his head he's
I don't think he'll
thinking
play against Panama. I
he
don't
he,
think
he
he'll play.
can't. But again, you're bringing. I just think, how have you not got Trent there? Like, that game was crying out for Trent. I think a little bit of creativity, like when James and Spence get high, like, their quality is not good enough, and it wasn't good enough yesterday. Like, someone like Trent, all it would have needed yesterday was a worldy ball or a strike from 20 yards or a free kick. I think Trent and Lewis Hall would have been. And
Yeah.
I know I don't I'm on the fence with Palmer as well, but like Cole Palmer would have been ideal for that game, in between the lines,
I
picking
think
it up.
like
But
with the Palmer thing, I think Palmer's slightly different in the fact Palmer's been in dreadful form for
yeah,
about a
agreed,
year,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I wasn't. Yes, Palmer has a spark of magic, but the form that he's been in, would he actually have really made much of a difference last night? And I get what you're saying about the Trent thing, but what I do say to people is we as fans just look at Trent as a player, right? We don't
yeah,
look at
yeah,
him
yeah.
as like the personality. We don't know him, right? We don't know what he's like in that changing room. Now, for whatever reason, in the last Euros, and Jude Bellingham said it, something was wrong with the atmosphere of the team, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something wasn't quite right. So we don't know, and I feel it's unfair for us to judge on whether or not he should have picked Trent, because we don't know Trent personally. He could be a pain in the ass in the
True.
changing room. I don't know, like
Mm.
but I think we just got to trust the process. We've played 2 games, right? The team's still getting used to each other. We've got 1 more group game, and then potentially, if we're going to make the final, we've got to play 5 knockout games, right? The tournament's not even halfway through. Like, we've
Exactly.
got a
It is.
long way to go.
I think we lost the run of ourselves after the Croatia game. We thought we were going to come, but I'm not going to lie. Like, a lot of teams would have found it very hard to break down Ghana last night. Ghana were 10
Exactly.
out of 10. They were 10 out of
Yeah.
10 for what they did. Like like 9 out of 10 games, they wouldn't have been able to keep up that intensity for 90 minutes. And to be fair, I think that hydration break really helped them, because they were basically playing 4 quarters, 20, like
Yeah.
20, 22
Yeah,
minutes.
we
They had to go
about
hard for
hydration
22 minutes.
breaks. Apparently
It's
in
We've
crazy.
America,
covered that,
the
Siege.
names
It's
change.
bullshit.
Siege.
It's
Just
bullshit.
Yeah.
so you know.
It is bullshit.
Yes.
But we still had 78 possession. But the thing that was quite worrying yesterday was 19 shots and we only had 3 on target. So I think that just shows the lack of quality. But they weren't giving us any chances. They weren't giving us any clear-cut chances. They were working like dogs, and I actually thought the keeper was exceptional as well. Like,
Yeah, he was
I
good,
actually
yeah.
I looked through their team, because I don't know any of their players anymore. Like, from the fucking glory years of Sully Montari and Kevin Prince Boateng and
Michael
Asamoah
Essien.
Gyan. Like, the keeper plays for something they're called Heart of Oak or something, which are apparently Ghana's best team in the whatever it is, Ghanaian Premier League. But I was actually looking through their team, and I was actually really impressed with the lad with dreadlocks as well.
The left back.
No, he's like Eurosicki or something. Really strange name.
But yeah, the guy that had a weird plaster on his eye.
Weird plaster on his eye. Yeah, he was decent enough, but no, it's nothing to worry about. And I think when you change a left back, you change your centre half. Like, it's going to be slightly. I thought Pickford was a liability as well. It was really interesting
he
to
looked
see.
dodgy. Yeah,
To hear Greg's opinion last week, and then one of my mates actually texted me in the group last night from work and was like, Pickford is a liability. And I was like, and he listened to that Greg interview as well. He was like, that Greg mate knows what he's talking about with your keeper.
Yeah, he was. Pickford was all. Pickford's that type of goalie, but just, I mean, somehow we've dragged the England game out here for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know how we've done that, but just quickly on Pickford before we move on.
Yeah.
I think he's the type of goalie, right, that has to be in the game all the fucking time.
I know. Loose.
Otherwise, he's like, I want to be in it. I want to be in the game. Give me something to do. And that's when he like goes mental and charges out of his goal.
Well,
like,
he rushed out,
what are you
didn't he? And somehow we got the foul, which was
Yeah, I don't know how we got that. I was
We got
shitting
away
my
with a
pants
couple
when he
ones.
thought that. I was like, oh, he's getting sent off.
Well, I think that one.
we got
they
away with a
said-
couple ones.
Yeah, they said apparently, like Mark Clattenburg said, because it was outside the box and nothing was given, like the VAR can't get involved or something. I was just laughing, but like
They didn't want to get
that.
involved on that other one as you came on.
The
We were talking
one,
about
the concert one was pretty much assault. To be fair, if you actually saw the still of it, double-footed knee height, like I was trying to justify that one at work today, and it didn't get very far.
No.
So I had a lot of Ghana chat at work today. Obviously, being in Ireland, they're not going to necessarily support the English, which is understandable. But
no, but let's see. I think again, Panama, we're not going to be able to judge the team, right? Because I think realistically, he's probably going to change 4 or 5 players. I don't think he'll play everyone. I think he'll give some players that he wants to see more of a bit more game time.
I think, sorry to interrupt you there, Alex. I think probably the weakest link. So I'll ask you guys. I've got an answer in mind, but like, who do you think the weakest link of the English players has been so far? Like the weakest link in each game.
Personally, last night it was Gordon for me. I think just
Gordon.
his,
I think
and I think
Gordon's been pretty
unfortunately it's
poor the
just
last 2
it's
games.
just it's just his end product. Like I really rate his work rate, but like he just doesn't have
I
that
think
quality.
it gets to a point though. He's another one where he's not really in the game, and then he tries too hard,
Yeah,
and tries too hard to get in the game,
Yeah.
and then it
Yeah.
kind of takes away his tempo and his concentration a little bit.
Yeah.
And again, I was quite surprised he waited that long to
bring him
sub
off.
him
Yeah,
off.
it was strange. Some of the substitution timings I thought were very strange last night. But Gordon
Yeah.
probably again, I just don't get the Jed Spence pick. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
And
he
like I
was
said
poor.
that beforehand, that I'm really struggling to comprehend how he's picking Jed Spence over Lewis Hall. And then for Livramento to get injured and him to bring Chalobah in over Trent is just that is mind blowing to me. Like,
So who are we going to play at right back if we're resting James? Will it be Chalobah?
well, he's gonna have to put Jed Spence there, isn't it? It's actually
Oh.
frightening.
Yeah, but
It's-
Consa can play right back as well, can't he? He's played right back there a few times. this
yeah,
season,
but it depends
so.
what we want. What do we want? Like, if we're playing a 4, like we looked really
think
good when the fullbacks were high.
I think he's sorry, Ben. We'll come back to you. Who you think your weakest link is in a sec? But I honestly thought he brought Chalobah in because he's. I wouldn't put it past him, right? And this is not what an England manager would have done before, but he's probably prepping a team, right? Maybe if we get a France in the knockouts, switching to a 3 at the back,
Player 3,
right?
yeah, maybe.
And bringing Chalobah in gives him that extra centre back, because if John Stones, he's probably realised maybe John Stones isn't as fit as he anticipated him being. We could probably all told him that, but
Yeah.
I think bringing someone like Chalobah in means actually gives us that bit more. I know it means we're a right back light and a left back light, but I think it then gives us a bit more flexibility if we do want a play 3 at
Yeah.
the back. But go on, Ben. Who's your?
Who do you
Are you
think,
going to
Benny?
say
Yeah.
Gordon as well?
Well, that is my
Yeah.
answer was, yeah, obviously I'm a biased Newcastle fan, but like, you look at that team, and obviously Elliot Anderson is the one that got away, and then
Yeah.
Gordon just got sold to Barcelona. So I'm looking at the Newcastle contingent in that lot. Burns not really going to get any minutes, but watching Gordon, I'm reminded why I found him so frustrating at times during his Newcastle career, because all he does is cut in, and the end product is just isn't there.
He never
And I'm
crossed
sure he'll
it.
do.
I don't think he crossed it once.
No.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm sure he'll do really well at Barcelona. But watching him last night, I was like, I'm glad we cashed in when we did. So yeah, Gordon's my answer
Absolutely.
too.
You must
That's
be,
why I
yeah.
shoehorned it into the combo.
Yeah, absolutely. It baffles me now, like wingers, like I get the left footer on the right and the right footer on the left. I do get it. But like if you look at the game last
I
night,
It
think
makes you
it
narrow, doesn't
needed-
it? That makes
yeah,
you
but
narrow,
like,
and you need width.
all the space last night was down the side. And how many times did Madueke and Gordon go down the side? Not at all. And
then cut
actually,
back.
when
Yeah.
Madueke went to the left, the first thing he did was skin mate him, whip a worldy ball in. And unfortunately, we had Saka jumping for the header, not Kane. But it's. I understand the cutting in and stuff, but they have to be like Saka can go both ways. Like he
and I don't
cuts in, but he
think
can beat someone down
and
the
I
right.
think on that, like James is right footed, but when Madueke would pass it back to James, his delivery was dreadful when
Yeah,
he
it's
did
poor.
cross it in. It was poor.
Yeah.
But
Rice's
anyways,
was poor last night as well, wasn't it?
yeah, Rice was poor. I think they kind of some of them. I think it's not a reality check. I think that's a bit like dramatic, but I think it's more of just a, you know what, we weren't brilliant, but we weren't shit.
No.
So as lessons learned, we'll take that away. Thomas Tuchel is not a shit manager. We know that. There'll be things, I think there'll be some slight changes for the Panama game, and we'll see from there. But let's move on, because we've talked enough about England. Everyone's be like boring, all our non-England listeners have switched off for about 25 minutes. I mean, I want to talk about the Golden Boot boys, because this is off to an absolute flyer. Can I just remind everyone, Lionel Messi is 38 years old, and he's got 5 goals ready. I know the opposition have been poor. Let's be fair, right? He's played against Algeria and Austria, and they didn't really offer much. But my God, he's got 5. Mbappe's got 4. Haaland's only played 2 games. He's got 4. Ronaldo came to the party last night, said he was back, even though he'd said in the interview before he had never left. That was
Yeah.
confusing. But he got 2 last night. So Kane's obviously got 2 as well. So there's a lot of already we've had loads of goals, but I want to ask a straight up question here, boys. Ben, I'm coming to you first. Who's going to win the Golden Boot, and how many are they going to get?
I don't
Because
know.
Messi's already on 5. He's only played 2 games.
Well, CJ, I remember you saying at the start of the tournament that Ousmane Dembele was 40-1 for top scorer, and I looked at that and I was like, "Those are
But
really
he's only
decent
scored
odds."
1 World Cup goal, and that
Put
was
a tenner
yesterday.
on that.
Or the
Yeah,
day before.
exactly. And then it puts it into context, doesn't it? You're just like, oh, we've got. That's why he's 40-1. It's because we've got
Yeah.
Mbappe, Haaland, and Messi.
Lamine
Oh, that's a
Yamal as well, who did score in his 45 minutes of playing.
Yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, Messi's just unbelievable. Like watching him is such a joy,
player
and he's
by a country mile.
so good to watch still, and he's doing all the same things that he used to do. He's adapted his game according to his age because he walks around, trots around the pitch even more than he used to in his Barcelona days. Like doesn't press or anything like that, but he comes alive when he needs to, right? So it's just like
Just in the right
that
place at
goal.
the right time.
That goal that he scored after he missed the penalties, where I think like Almada does the step over, you just know that like Argentina pull that back, as in the left back pulls it back across the box, and that guy dummies it, not knowing there's anyone behind him, but assuming that Messi's going to be there, right?
Yeah.
He just knows
like
that Messi's going to be there because
Messi's going to be there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Messi's always there.
But
so
then you're not answering my question. Who's going to win the Golden Boot? Messi. How many is he going to get?
Messi. What's he on 5 now? What? If I say 10, does that sound ridiculous? I mean, there's a lot of games left.
To be fair, that was the number I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a phenomenal. If he scores 10, unreal.
Has anyone actually ever scored 10 at a World Cup? Probably not, have they?
I don't know. Let's be honest though. Like, who are the 2 teams that are going to go the deepest?
The furthest.
Out of those? It's got to be France and Argentina, realistically, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd like to say us as well. I'd like to say us as well, but like, I think Messi. Let's be honest. If you're keeping Julian Alvarez out of a team,
he's injured though. He's injured.
Is he? Is he?
Yeah, he's injured.
He came on the other night, didn't he?
He came on, but he's got an ankle problem. That's why he didn't start. That's why he started Lautaro Martinez. Because
like Lautaro, Messi, Alvarez is frightening as it is. Because I don't actually think behind them, the 3 of them, they've got that good a squad in terms of names, but I think they're going to go very deep. They haven't conceded a goal yet. I think France are going to go deep. So Mbappe and Messi could have 10 each. They could have 10 each.
I know what you're saying, mate, but they've played Algeria and Austria, right? And as I said to Ben at the beginning, I think the one bad thing about having so many teams at the World Cup is the group games are kind of now irrelevant for the big teams, right? It's a bit of like a training session. Let's just cruise through these games. We can change our whole team. We can rest these players, this and that. And I think let's see what Argentina are like when they do come up against a half decent team, right? And that we're not going to see that till the knockouts.
So are you saying Mbappe then?
Jordan. They've got to play Jordan next. So what? Messi's going to get 5 in that game. He's going to be on 10 already after 3 games.
No, it is crazy. It is crazy to think. But I think as well, you are right. I don't think it's going to get to the crunch before like the quarterfinals, realistically, or last 16. I think at the moment, as it stands, we could be playing Cape Verde in the round of 32,
or Congo,
and potentially Scotland in the 16.
Potentially, I want to avoid them. I hope they get battered tonight.
It's going to be a good one tonight. What do you think about that one tonight? Just quickly. Do you think they got
Brazil, Scotland?
Yeah,
mate, they were dreadful against Morocco. I thought
they were poor.
I just don't think they've got enough quality up front. Like, who's scoring their goals?
No,
that Dykes guy.
Isn't he playing for like Charlton or something now, like League One?
Yeah.
I actually feel sorry
for McTominay to get their goals. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, I actually feel sorry for that Shankland because like he's been one of the best players in Scotland this year, and Che Adams is still keeping him out of the team. Like come on, like Che Adams, like I know he's at Torino and he scored a few goals, but like surely Shankland's the one in form, no?
Mm, mm.
Yeah,
Um,
true. I think they get battered tonight. I think they lose 3-0. I think
Yeah.
that's
Do you
their
think
team
Brazil are
tonight.
that good though? Like, do you
No,
think
I
Brazil are
don't. I
that
don't think
amazing?
Brazil are that good. No, I really don't. But I don't think this is the hype around Scotland is always about the fans. It's not about how good
I
Yeah.
their
know, I
team
know.
is.
And it's 5 p.m. in Miami. Like,
Yeah,
how
good
are they
luck.
going to get through that with
They'll
the
be like,
heat? Like,
"Oh, it's fucking hot in here."
oh, just quickly though, did you see Haaland's second goal the other night?
Yeah,
How
mate.
how he finished that with how he got his leg up that high? Did you
He's
see
an
it? The right foot.
animal. He's bullied the defenders in this World Cup so
I
far.
reckon they could go deep. Like Greg was
Yeah,
saying
they
last
could.
week that he thought Senegal were going to be too strong for him. Like, let's be honest, they popped Senegal.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely
comfy in
popped
the
them. If
end.
you watch that game, I actually thought they actually got a lot. I thought Odegaard was very good as well. And like, if you got someone like Haaland, like, you've got a chance against anyone.
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't know what have they done now. They've won 2, so they've got 6. Like, and who they play France in the last game? Do
yeah,
they?
that'll be interesting. I think
Okay.
France may rest a few, and we'll see. I still think they'll want to finish top of the group, won't they? So we'll see. I
It
think.
would be good. Just the last one to mention, Dennis Undav. Thoughts on Dennis Undav? He's got 3 goals.
Super sub, huh?
Really
Super
like him. I
sub.
think he's going to start. I think he's going to start him now. I actually think. I know he was at Brighton. He was very underwhelming at Brighton, but absolutely
Where is he
flying.
now?
I actually like. He's at Stuttgart now. I think he went to
Okay.
Stuttgart after Brighton and just absolutely.
I
Took
think
off.
Germany were lucky against Ivory Coast, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they were, but he took his goal
I
well.
think
To be fair.
Ivory Coast switched off in that last 20 minutes.
Yeah,
They were tired, and I think they allowed Germany back in. And I don't get me wrong, and Dav had 2 good finishes, but let's be honest, he's not worldy, is he? I
don't know. I don't know. I think I reckon he
They
could. I
played
reckon if they
Caracol,
go
mate.
deep, if they go
Their
deep,
first-
if they go deep, he'll have 5, 6, 7 goals. I think he's going to start over Havertz personally.
You think they're going to start?
I think he will.
I just don't look at. I mean, I've got Germany in the sweepstake, but I look at them. I just don't think they're quite.
Yeah, I
good
agree
enough
with you
to
there.
go all
I
the
do
way.
agree with you there.
Yeah.
I do agree.
Other teams that have surprised us. I think obviously we have to call out. We talked about Cape Verde last week. I'm not going to go into detail about them again, but unbelievable against Uruguay. Great to them. I hope they do qualify. Fantastic that these teams do well. Other teams to surprised off. I'm going to shout out here early. Bad surprise, Turkey.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
They've had the
They're like
and just
60
interestingly
shots,
enough,
didn't they? Not a single goal.
I was digging out exactly, Ben. I was digging out the stats, right? And Turkey have had 62 shots, attempts at goal in their first 2 games, and didn't score a goal.
I think they had 35 or 36 against. Who did they play in that second game?
Is it Paraguay?
I've got it on my wall chart.
Yeah, Paraguay. Paraguay beat them. Yeah. But I absolutely, they stitched me up with one of the bets I did. So I always do, like every tournament, I do a first and second in the group, dual either way round. And that group, I was like, I'm in an R in between. I thought Turkey are going to win that group. And I was like, shit, who's going to come second? Is it USA or Paraguay?
In the prediction thing, I had them getting 9 points.
Fucking USA and Turkey, like, the odds are, I think Turkey were like 1 to 10 on to go through. They end up losing to bloody Australia and Paraguay. That's the whole lot gone. Cheers. But their team is really good as well. I don't know what. They just couldn't get it in the goal, I suppose.
No, they couldn't get it going. And I think, that's them done. Other surprises, I think, for Ben, for you, I think we briefly touched on the USA early doors, right?
I was pleasantly surprised by the US. Like, they're really easy on the eye to watch at the moment. And I know you said they've only played, Paraguay and Australia, so it's not the best opposition. But I was always under the impression that Weston McKennie was like a midfield brute, like a destroyer, like breaks up play.
He's a good
but
passer,
actually,
isn't he?
he's a great little player. Like, some of the flicks and tricks he was doing,
Very
and
good,
watching
yeah.
some of their free-flowing football, I was quite surprised because Poch actually didn't get off to the best start as US manager. He got some pretty bad results. So it's a nice surprise to watch them now. They've been really entertaining, and I think they look good. I think they could go pretty far.
I mean, can I just say, some of these World Cup groups, I mean, how have these been drawn, right? The one that we've got on tonight, Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia, and Qatar. I'm like,
Mm.
I think
how is that a group at this World Cup?
I think Switzerland could be dark horses. I know they drew to Qatar in that first game, but they battered Bosnia and they're beating Canada. Like, I think. And have you seen that lad who's playing for them, Johan Manzambi? Have you seen him?
Yeah, it's some
Plays for
kid.
Freiburg.
He scored a fair few, didn't he?
Yeah, he was tipped. He was tipped to be like one of the breakout stars of the World Cup, and he didn't start the first game, but he scored two against. He scored two. Yeah, he scored two against Bosnia.
Yeah.
He just scored again tonight against Canada. He's 20. But I think they're going to be dark horses. I think Colombia, yeah, in the back door. I think good result last night. Munoz scored again against Congo. Like, they're pretty much through now.
Be interesting to see what they do against Portugal.
Yeah, I think that what's going to be good. Like some of these groups, like the last game of the group, is actually the best two teams, whereas ours was first. Obviously, you got France, Norway. You got that Colombia, Portugal, which would actually. It will just show us where these teams are at. I'm actually quite looking forward to it.
I'm intrigued about Portugal because they were so bad in that first game. And then yesterday they were playing Uzbekistan, who, let's be totally honest, they were freaking dreadful. That was one of the worst performances I've seen.
Can't believe I didn't realise Fabio Cannavaro was their manager as well.
I know, I saw that. Great player.
Hilarious.
What a player. I mean, yeah, he must live there or something. I don't know
what about Carlos Queiroz looking about 120 last night?
He looked so
he's like
different
80,
from what I remember.
He must be about 80. Any other surprise packages? I suppose Belgium haven't turned up yet.
Yeah, shocking.
I also can't figure out Sweden, like getting smashed 5-1 by Holland and then smashing Tunisia 5-1.
They've only got strikers.
I can't figure out. Yeah, like I can't figure out if Graham Potter is actually a good coach or not. Like,
no, I agree with that. I agree with that. They actually looked for patches against the Netherlands before the Netherlands scored their third. Sweden looked good. They got that header. Obviously, it was unlucky to be disallowed, but
Elanga looked really good.
Yeah, like I can't. How is Elanga not starting in that team? I'm sorry, lads. Like, some of those players are shite in that Sweden team. How is it?
I would like Elanga to play like that for Newcastle because
it baffles me. Well. It does baffle me in these international teams, though. Some of them, like you've got Premier League players cannot get into a Swedish team. Like, are we? That's what baffles me about these managers. Like, especially someone like Potter. If I had Isaac Gyökeres and Elanga, like, let's be honest, we're not gonna win games by 1-0, 2-0. We're gonna win games by battling.
Well, they haven't, have they?
1-5,
1-5, 5-1.
Like, why keep someone like Elanga on the bench? I just do not get it. Like, these lower teams keeping lads on the bench who are really good. Like, some of the African teams have got lads on the bench who are Prem players.
We've got to be aware as well, right? There's going to be a lot of shit teams in the last 32. Looking at some of these groups now. I've got some of these groups up, but let me just share it so then we can just go have a bit of a giggle together. I think because it just makes.
I just want to look at the third place. Currently, the third place. Like who?
Let me see if I can get that out. But I mean, look at Group 1. I mean, South Africa have been maybe one of the worst teams at the World Cup, but somehow with a point. Like Qatar have been awful. They've got a -12 goal difference. Qatar -12. You've only played 3 games.
Yeah.
Come on.
And they drew 1-1 against Switzerland.
Yeah, I know. I mean, some of these teams, like Paraguay, -11, but they've won a game. Like, how is that worked? Oh, that's not goal difference. Sorry, I don't know what TCS is, but they're -2. Other teams, I think Ivory Coast, Ecuador, they're meant to be quite decent. They haven't turned up yet. As we talked about Sweden, I don't care about Tunisia. They've been dreadful. Japan have been good though. I thought they've been really solid.
Very good.
I think Sweden have got to have their hands full in that last group game against Japan. I think that's going to be real tough for them.
I think Netherlands might be a bit of a dark horse. Like, they've got a very experienced coach. They've got a decent squad, like really decent,
unbelievable.
And they do tend to go far, the Dutch anyway, right? Consistently, they do tend to at least make the quarters, if not the semis, in major tournaments. So they've been okay.
Yeah,
I don't think Egypt have been that bad.
No, they've been okay.
I think New Zealand. To be fair, to them, haven't been bad.
No,
they've been competitive.
Yeah, but they're still yet to win a World Cup game.
Still yet to win a World Cup game, yeah.
I mean, look, if Iran qualify, I'll be
Belgium.
clapping.
Yeah.
I'll be
fair.
clapping. I'll be singing that Donald Trump England song all day long.
Yeah. They should do, realistically. They should beat who they got. That's Iran, Egypt last game, isn't it?
Yeah, so that'd be interesting. Surely Belgium qualify. Surely
Oh.
they beat New Zealand. I mean,
Again,
if
I
they
did
don't-
another bet where I did group winners, and I was actually really surprised at the odds. And I think Belgium were like 1 to 10 to win that group again.
Bloody
And
hell,
they're not gonna win it. They're gonna fuck me. But yeah,
I mean, Group I was the group of death. I feel for Senegal. I think they're a good team. They've just played two really good teams, and they're
Yeah.
now probably it's gonna. I think they need to score 6 or something like that to qualify. They're gonna have to beat Iraq 6-0.
really.
Or
Was
by
that for a
6
third
goals.
place? Yeah.
Just to get a third place. So that's going to be tough for them. We talked about Argentina being good. Austria, I didn't rate them at all. I didn't really think they gave Argentina much of a game. Colombia, haven't actually watched them yet because those are on at stupid times.
Yeah.
But Congo seemed to have been all right. As Pakistan, complete waste of team. Don't know how they qualified. And then lastly, obviously, England's group. I think actually looking at this on paper, we've got quite a tough group compared to a lot of other these nations. Like,
Agreed. Yeah.
I know Croatia are old and Ghana are highly ranked, but actually in terms of quality that they have, I think actually we've got probably one of the harder groups in there.
I'm actually
just
sick of playing Croatia as well. Are you
Yeah.
boys not sick of England versus Croatia? I feel like it's happened
Yeah.
so
we
many
see
times.
it seems
played
like
it all the
every
bloody time,
every
right?
Yeah.
tournament. Yeah. Every
Yeah.
tournament.
But there we go. Was there something else we want to talk about? Or
Are we doing a game this week or no?
No, we didn't do a game last week. Unless Siege really wants to. You haven't done us a World Cup game,
We'll
Siege.
do We'll do. I tell you what, we'll do one after the last group game, shall we?
Well, yeah. Well,
next
what's that? Saturday.
That's Saturday. Well, whenever we do the next one, we'll do a little
Well, I'm free
World
on
Cup-
Sunday if you really want to do it.
World Cup quiz from the groups. We will do.
Yeah, we could do
That'd be
something
fun.
like that. That'd
Stat
be good.
quiz.
That would be
Right.
good.
Before we finish, then we might as well talk about the prediction league because CJ
I'm flying,
and
lads.
me are absolutely flying up the table. I also just want to say, I'm just going to share this, right? And you know how Ben's luck is in this year when he's
Is
got
it?
probably the least amount of exact predictions right, but is somehow in 5th.
Yeah, because I haven't got any. I've only got exact score 4 times, but my hit rate is 60%. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's
No,
pretty
You can't
decent.
say my luck is in when I lost overall points to Mike on the last day by 1 point, by the way.
But shout out to Peaks. He's got 9 exact scores and is
That's amazing.
given
Has he
a bit of-
actually?
Yeah, 9 exact ones. I've got 8. Just saying.
Whoa.
How many have I
Siege,
got?
you got 7.
You got 7 there,
7.
Siege.
I just got
7.
one tonight. I
Oh.
just got one there. I did Switzerland 2-1 as well. So
Yeah, I've got Switzerland 2-1, so that's done. That's me up to 9.
What did I do?
Shout out to Jennings, bottom, only 3 exact scores. And also to Connor, only 48% you're getting right, Connor. So you clearly just throwing numbers in there.
Phoned it in.
Throwing it in. Also, Balfour's pulling his way back out of the bottom of the table, moving up to 7th.
Yeah.
So's Rafaro. He's pulled his way out of the back. It will be interesting as we get to the knockouts. And I think, Ben, I don't know, you didn't listen all the way through last week, but Greg did say that once the group games are over, I think we get to play around with our picks for the knockouts.
you can
don't we?
tweak. You
Nice,
can change
nice.
some bits around. Yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
that
He's
was
gonna let us
my
know.
only gripe is that I had to predict all the group games before the deadline, whereas it might have
That's
been
tough
better
going.
staggered. But
Yeah, I think
I
it's
think that would've-
hilarious
yeah.
that me and Andy Jackson both bet Panama to beat Ghana 8-2. I mean,
8-2,
what's
thumb
the
slipped
chances of
exactly
that?
the same way.
I mean, what's the chances of that? But yeah, good. I've actually quite enjoyed it. I'm getting more into the prediction. I'm
Yeah.
starting to look at it now every morning.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
am I. So
oh,
am
how
I. I
many
look-
do
I
I
normally
get?
look at it every morning.
Well, that's
yeah.
because you boys are winning. That's why you're looking. You're like, oh yeah, second in the
Ben,
league.
you're not far off. You're in 5th. There's still
No.
loads to go. You're only
I
like
know.
240 points behind. That's a win. That's getting an
I
exact score, Ben.
I don't know
So-
why I said Scotland had a chance tonight because according to the prediction,
What
app,
have you put? Interestingly, what have you predicted for tonight? I've gone Brazil 3-0.
Same.
I got
Same.
yeah, I got
Exact same.
Brazil 3-1. I've got.
And then I've got Morocco 3-0 against Haiti. God, I hope that happens.
Yep. Yep. Same.
I think what have I got? I've got. Oh,
So I've got Switzerland right. I didn't get Bosnia,
yeah,
Qatar
so have I.
right.
Morocco 3-0 as well.
Yeah, so it'd be. I haven't got Bosnia, Qatar right.
No, I've
I
got
didn't
Bosnia
I
realise
win.
picked
how
1-0 Bosnia for that one.
I
Yeah.
didn't realise how bad Qatar were.
They
No,
got a
nor
goal
did
though
I.
somehow.
Mate, they drew a game, mate. They got a point.
Yeah.
They drew a point. And then I've got Korea beating South Africa 2-1 and Mexico beating
It's a
Czechia
2-0.
2-1.
Yeah.
Before
No, that's
tomorrow's
going to be a
games.
draw. That's 1-1.
Yeah, I've got Mexico Czechia draw as well.
Mate,
Yeah.
Czechia are dreadful.
They are shite. Yeah, they are
They
shite. but I
couldn't
think
beat South Africa.
Mexico,
who are-
I think Mexico already topped the group, haven't they? So,
yeah.
so they're going to rest their whole fucking team, aren't they?
Mate, you know it's a World Cup. Well, you just know it's a World Cup year when you see Ochoa in the starting
Yeah,
in the
baller,
squad. So
absolute
Mate,
baller.
there's so
I
many
don't-
40-year-olds in the World
I don't
Cup.
know anything about that dude's career, but I know he's going to be in every single Mexico squad that I ever see. Like he's
Yeah,
always
literally.
there. Legend.
I think this
Legend.
is his 6th World Cup, isn't it? Along with Messi and Ronaldo. He's
Yeah.
got that
Surely he
record.
gets a run out in that last game, no? The
Got
group.
got to play him.
Surely.
It's like Scotland tonight. I've
Also-
got to play Craig Gordon, haven't they? Like he's 41.
Also, this is like super ignorant, but like I think Ecuador have an Enna Valencia, but it's
Yeah.
not the Enna
No, it is.
Valencia from.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
the lad
not.
who played for
Like
West
the
Ham. Yeah, it is.
40-year-old
It
in
is.
Valencia.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking the Manchester United
No, not
winger.
Antonio.
No,
not
that's
Antonio.
Ferguson.
That's Antonio.
Oh,
No, that Enna Valencia used to play for West Ham. He used to play in the Prem. He missed some
See?
fucking sitters the other night as well. Again, I had Ecuador to qualify out of that group, but
Yeah,
like,
me too.
how-
I've got them scoring 2 against Germany. I don't know what I've done there.
yeah, like they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. Like, you can shut up shop, but realistically, in a World Cup, you do have to score. You
Yeah.
can't do you can't just shut
Yeah,
up
tell
shop. You do
Ghana
have-
that, Siege.
Yeah, they only did that
that's
because they
where I
got that
knew
win against
Enna
Panama. To be
Valencia
fair.
from.
Right,
I knew
lads.
I recognise
mean,
Enna Valencia.
absolute pleasure. I can't believe we're nearly done with on Saturday we'll be done with Sunday we'll be done with the group games and then we start knockout straight away, I think the
Heck
first,
yeah.
Looking forward to it now.
first knockout
Yeah.
game is actually Sunday in LA at 8 p.m. our time. So it'll be lunchtime for you then. So there you go.
Yeah.
First knockout
Yeah.
game is on Sunday. I can't believe we're there already. It feels like the World Cup's gone quite quick the first 2 weeks.
It
but,
has, yeah, it has. It's been good.
but there's been a lot of goals. Quite enjoying it so far. But I'm actually looking to see some more. Actually looking forward to actually seeing some more competitive games because I don't really feel we've had that many. There's been a lot of one-sided or dull affairs.
Yeah.
So far, but yeah,
It's
we'll
not as
be
bad
back.
as that World Cup. Like I think it was 2 World Cups ago, not the Qatar one, the one before that, where it was loads of 0-0s. Or that
Russia,
it might have even
Russia
been
or South Africa.
might have been South Africa when it was just
That was
too hot for
2010, wasn't
everyone.
it?
Yeah, 2010. Oh, on that actually, I watched World Cup chat. I've just watched the France documentary on Netflix called The Bus, and it's from the 2010 World Cups in South Africa where they refused to train.
But yeah.
They went on strike
Yeah.
and they expelled Anelka from the team, and then they finished bottom of their group and lost to South
Is it good?
Africa. Yeah, it's really. I didn't realise how bad it was.
Yeah,
How,
yeah.
how toxic their manager was. My
Yes.
God, he was a Raymond Donetsk. He was a
nutcase.
nutter,
Yeah, I forgot all
absolute
about
nutter.
that.
But yeah, it's good. It's good. It's in. It's got English dubbed over, but it's got Patrice Evers in it. Bukayo Saka, Sagna, William Gallas. Some good. It was good. I quite enjoyed it for an hour. I was so bored of watching Switzerland. I was like, "Fuck this crap." I don't
Yeah.
want to watch this. I'd rather watch something else. But yeah, we'll be back, I think. So the last England game is on Saturday. We'll see if we either record on Sunday or Monday. We'll see how we get on. But we will give you another episode early next week. It may just be more of a, as CJ said, a quiz based on the first
Lovely.
First group
The group-
stage. Yeah.
Sounds
first
good.
bit of
Can't
this
wait
World
to
Cup.
lose to Alex.
I better do mine. I'm going to go and read all the stats now.
We're taking his
Yeah.
football knowledge out of this, though. The World Cup sort of like pulls Alex away back out of this like football manager mindset. Do you know what I mean? Like into the real world.
Actually,
you know?
Siege, I did see that a football manager wonder kid scored for Bosnia tonight.
Really?
Alabegovic. Kareem
So-
Alabegovic.
Edin Dzeko bagged as well, didn't he? Or
Did he? He's like 50
well,
in as well,
it
isn't
was
he?
an own
Forgot
goal.
he's
It was an
playing.
own goal, but he's 39, Dzeko, I think.
Mate, I read, didn't I see someone
40,
say Ronaldo
40,
wants to play at
Dzeko.
the next World Cup, he'd be 45.
Jeez.
You're right.
don't.
I don't want him. I hate him. I actually
Can't
hate
even-
him.
Can't get into that. It's too. That's
Wait,
going to
they
be another.
celebrating scoring against Uzbekistan. I'm like, settle down, pal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I'm back. Oh, right. Okay. Didn't realize you
okay,
left.
great. You
cool.
can fuck off now. Right, pleasure. Pleasure's always
On
been
that
great to
note-
have you back.
Yeah, man. Abolish
Come
the
on,
hydration
Brazil!
breaks.
Yeah, get rid of
Abolish
the
the
hydration.
hydration breaks. Get rid.
Boo.
See ya.
Oh, and we'll sing the Donald Trump song. He's fat, he's got piles, he's in the Epstein files, he's a cunt, he's a cunt. Donald Trump.
I like that. I
Cheers,
like that.
lads.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
lads.